He hawked his plea today in front of a Valley supermarket. We're talking about a morning radio DJ called Byrd. He begged for birds. He wanted turkeys on the table this Thanksgiving for those who can't afford to buy them. One of today's donors was a man who broke his back a few years ago.
He was out of work for a while, and thank goodness that this sort of program was available to him, and he was able to eat for the holiday season while he recuperated.
This is a great cause, and if you want to help out tomorrow, you can donate a turkey, non-perishable food, even money to Byrd. He'll be roosting at the Albertsons on Ann Road and I-95.
Good night.
97.1 is the radio station. We got Steph right here, Chris Fox right here, and Byrd. Okay, this thing is called Birds for Byrd, because that sounds better than Birds for Chris Fox or Birds for Stephanie, I guess, things like that.
Well,
what are these turkeys?
We did think about other options, sausages for Steph, things like that. But you know, but we realized
You're going to call us back for that, right?
but we realized that people at Thanksgiving and Christmas probably prefer turkeys. So.
Okay. Oh, it's turkeys. Okay, I thought people were going to drive by and give you one of these or something like that.
We're hoping not.
Yeah, you'll get a few of those, maybe. I guess.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Now, people drop by. Oh, I'm sorry.
Chris already gave him his first bird.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure that was
a morning tradition.
Every morning.
Every morning. I see. That's 365 turkeys a year. That's pretty good. Tell us who these turkeys benefit.
They benefit Help of Southern Nevada. They called us and they said we're about 365 turkeys short. 180 families were going to go without Thanksgiving dinner. So we said, you know what? Let's jump on board, help them out, and you know, the economy a little bit down. So we're going to try and do our part, see what we can do.
And hopefully we'll get that one in the freezer. Now, it's going to get up to 75 degrees today, so maybe some roasted turkey for lunch for some people out here.
Well, we forgot the deep fryer, but maybe tomorrow. We're going to be doing this for 3 days, so tomorrow.
And actually, they have a frozen truck that's over here. The truck isn't actually frozen, but it's got from Garden Fresh Produce dropping by their truck this morning to store these turkeys in. Now, this morning they're at the corner of Flamingo and Durango. They'll be at a different location tomorrow morning and even into this weekend, Byrd?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, tomorrow we're going to be at Ann Road and 95, and then on Saturday we're going to be in the east end of town.
Yeah, we're going to be in Henderson.
Silverado and Maryland Parkway.
Covering all corners of the valley. 97.1, it's called Birds for Byrd. We'll have more on this later this morning. Now back to the studio with our favorite turkeys in the morning, Greg and Rochelle. You knew that was coming.
For this Thanksgiving, one local radio station is doing its best to make sure no one sits down to an empty table.
Byrd, Fox, and Steph from 97.1 are hosting Birds for Byrd to benefit Help of Southern Nevada. Ted was out at the crew yesterday morning, and he found one couple with some very big hearts.
Look at these two. RJ and Jenny dropped by 34 turkeys already this morning. Now, why do you do this? You're not affiliated with any company, or it's just your money, your turkeys you're donating. Why?
Just to help out the community with everything that's going on. We just wanted to give a helping hand this year. So.
And amazing as that is, you guys are going to get more only because you didn't have enough room in the back of your trunk. What?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't have enough room, so we're probably going to go clean out the rest of their inventory.
I want to meet those guys.
They are great people. If you'd like to donate, stop by Albertsons on Ann Road and US 95 today.
And tomorrow, go to Maryland and Silverado. It's now 6:35.
Well, you've seen the pictures of the traditional Thanksgiving Day feast. Big turkey stuffed to the gills, mashed potatoes, the works, right? Maybe that's what your table will look like in a few days. But for some here in the Valley, getting any food on the table is hard enough. Byrd, a morning DJ from 97.1 The Point, joins us now. And Byrd, you guys are holding a food drive this morning, trying to make sure that everyone in Las Vegas has a happy and filling Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanksgiving and beyond, as a matter of fact, we're trying to make sure that nobody goes hungry for the holidays and beyond. You realize that the organization that we're trying to help here, Help from Southern Nevada, Help for Southern Nevada, feeds 56,000 people yearly just in the Las Vegas Valley alone. Those are the numbers they're responsible for. So we're doing everything we can to try and help them alleviate that, at least for the holiday season anyway. So we're asking people to bring frozen turkeys and non-perishable foodstuffs.
And you're going to be down there until 6 p.m. tonight, right?
At least 6 p.m. We're willing to go beyond that if that's what it takes. This is really fluid, so whatever it takes.
Byrd, is that Susan Hawk sitting next to you?
This is Susan Hawk. Look, and she's wearing.
Good morning.
She's wearing her Point T-shirt this morning. She came by to lend her support, and you folks are lending yours, and we really thank you very much.
And after surviving on the island, I'm sure she would love to help people get as many turkeys as possible.
This is, you know what? She was used to sitting beside turkeys apparently on the show, so this is nothing new for her.
Now, let me fill me in. Is this the first time you've done this, or is this something that you guys do every year?
This is the first time we've done it. I have done this in other radio markets that I've worked in, and it's been very successful. So I thought, now that I've returned to Vegas after a 10-year hiatus elsewhere, that we would implement it here because it worked so well elsewhere. And it gives you that nice warm all over feeling,
And obviously, turkeys are what you're after, the game you're after, and frozen turkeys at that. What else, though, are you looking for? People can bring up canned goods, correct?
Yes, non-perishable food items. We're hoping to not go down the donation route because we just want physical, tangible stuff to give to the people who are going to need it. And we've got a truck for it, so.
And again, once you load it into that truck, where is all that food going?
That is going off to Help for Southern Nevada, and then it is distributed to agencies throughout the valley because there's many of them, and they all farm it out and they share it.
Well, perfect. Hang in there. I know you'll be out there all day, and hopefully our viewers will get down there and donate for you guys.
We really appreciate your support. Thank you.
No problem. Have a great morning.
You too.
If you'd like to help, they'll be down at the Albertsons on the corner of Maryland and Silverado until 6 o'clock tonight.
At Heritage, the difference is we work to exceed your expectations.
Hello, it's us again.
Byrd, Mark, and Lopez from the 98 Rock Morning Show.
We're begging for more listeners.
And we need your help.
Every little bit counts.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you can spare. Ow!
We need you to make a pledge to listen to 98 Rock.
We'll give you killer classics, 90s rock, and everything in between.
And us, Byrd, Mark, and Lopez.
Well, listen anyway.
It is 100% customer satisfaction 100% of the time.
Stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date on that. Speaking of cold, inside this block of ice is a person. No, not the Iceman. It's radio DJ Byrd from station 98 Rock. We are told he is frozen alive in ice and will stay that way until 2 tractor-trailer trucks are filled with food. It's part of a fundraiser for the Maryland Food Bank at Heritage Auto on Reisterstown Road.
My goodness.
Hello, Mr. Kalin. We're Byrd, Mark, and Lopez from the 98 Rock Morning Show. You're familiar, I presume?
Yes.
You are interested in being a guest on our show?
Yes.
Live from downtown Baltimore this Monday morning?
Yes.
You are aware that the show will be broadcast live on 98 Rock?
Yes.
And you really believe people will want to hang out on a Monday morning with Byrd, Mark Lopez, and Cato Kalin?
Wouldn't you?
Join Byrd, Mark Lopez, and the Cato Kalin live and in person at Baja Beach Club Monday morning. Listen to 98 Rock for details.
Cato was at the Baja Beach Club downtown this morning, and so was our Dina Napoli. Dina?
Dave, actually, Cato Kalin spent about 3.5 hours on the radio with the morning team from 98 Rock. The morning team, of course, is Byrd, Mark, and Lopez, and they were here as a part of a fundraiser for WBAL Radio's Kids Campaign, a program which has been running for more than 20 years in our area, benefiting local kids. A crowd gathered well before 6 this morning to see Cato Kalin in hopes of getting an autographed picture or a T-shirt for a donation. But the entertainment was the real story here today, and it was free.
Good morning. There's Cato Kalin, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, welcome to Baltimore. You slap on some headphones there, and we'll fix you up. Oh, you don't want to mess up your hair, Cato.
You should talk.
There were a lot of jokes, a lot of smiles and laughs today, and it was interesting, really, to talk to some of the people that turned out this morning to see Cato Kalin. We asked them, why would you want to come out to see a witness in a murder trial? And none of them could really answer that specifically. They just say they've seen him on television, wanted to see him in person, see if he's a nice guy, see if he's funny, all those things that people have been thinking about maybe for almost a year now since he was first known to the public.
There's Cato Kalin, ladies and gentlemen.
However, it seems Cato Kalin isn't at all unhappy about his role in the Simpson trial. This is OJ's one-time house guest this morning, speaking on a Baltimore radio station.
I've got a TV series that was offered to me. It's about a group of jurors actually trapped in a submarine. Oh, God. It's true. It's called Sequestered.
Cato's built up quite a fan club. Listeners lined up at 6 a.m. just to get an autograph and catch a glimpse of this unlikely star.
I just wanted to be close to Cato. He's the man right now. The man.
When asked about his canceled comedy gig with Louis Anderson in Las Vegas, the Bottle Blonde said it was a scheduling problem.
Louis has 2 TV shows are picked up. He has 2 series now. So we're going to reschedule in July, August.
Until then, maybe we should look for Cato, the rock star.
He's saying your birthday!
Well, maybe not.
Cato's Hancock. OJ house guest Cato Kalin signed autographs on T-shirts and People this morning in Baltimore. A radio station sponsored the event which raised money for underprivileged kids. However, Cato believes all the people who showed up weren't there to see him.
Well, I know a lot of them have paper routes, so that's why they're here.
Frankly, it's such a media frenzy down there. I mean, I think beyond even the expectations.
You would have thought the President of the United States was coming to the Baja Beach Club this morning, man.
Richard, let me ask you a question here. In all your years of doing news, have you ever seen a frenzy like this before?
Welcome to the feeding frenzy. We haven't even thrown out the chum yet.
Hang on, guys.
We have dueling cameras here. This is great. How are you? My ride's here. I'm going to take this camera.
Good to see you, Byrd. Good morning. Live from
8 TV cameras were here from E to hard copy.
Cato Kalin of the O.J. Simpson trial fame is here tonight, and he is leaving the ballpark now. Cato is in town with a local radio station. They brought him in. He's going to go on their morning show tomorrow. You never know who's going to show up here at the ballpark.
Well, baseball is for everyone. Kalin packed him in this morning during a 4-hour radio stint on 98 Rock. Cato's limo arrived before 6. Security very tight. He's not easy to get to. Cato was on the air from 6 to 10 with Byrd, Mark, and Lopez, selling autographs to raise money for the WBAL Kids campaign. I asked Cato about his newfound fame.
You know, if there's some good, I like working these charities. I think it's a great thing to do, the charities, and it's a great cause here in Baltimore with the kids campaign.
Why are all of these people drawn to Cato Kalin?
This is a major cultural phenomenon, and I would like to be here to see what this is all about.
He's sort of America of the 90s, you know, rather confused, rather, you know, somehow related to the O.J. Simpson case, but we're not sure how.
Make this out to Michelle. Make out with Michelle? I don't even know her. Oh, I'm sorry. Make it out to her.
Like him or not, Cato Kalin's star certainly has risen in Baltimore today. Richard Scher, Channel 13, Eyewitness News at the Baja Beach Club.
Well, here's a question. If you can't get hitched on Valentine's Day, then when can you get married? News Channel 2's Jamie Costello takes us to the altar and beyond in this innovative way to say, I do.
Yes. Well, listen, a few months ago, 98 Rock's morning radio team decided why not become father of the bride to 49 couples. Let's meet the grooms. And now the pretty brides.
We already had our plan set up to get married in the church, and then she said, well, let's just do it.
A little nervous taking that trip down the altar. Oh, come on now. You're gaining a daughter-in-law. Deep breath.
I thought he was going to run away.
Vegas comes to Glen Burnie.
First day in a new journey.
98 Rock's morning team decided to marry 49 couples at Michael's 8th Avenue. Surprise for some.
You called me up at work and you told me that you know, I got something for you.
For richer for poor. 98 Rock is richer. They bought the gowns, the flowers, Carvel cake, held bachelor and bachelorette parties, photos, dinner, and an overnight stay. All Dad had to do was shell out the daughter.
That's the great part about it.
Mom loved it.
Very happy. It's very nice. It's very nice. Love and cherish.
We're getting there. We're getting there. I do's are coming. Yahoo, I do. It's just a matter of semantics. Tears everywhere. Tender kisses. Wow.
Oh, it's real. They've signed their name on the dotted line. And
Electric Slide, Stairway to Heaven, and YMCA. And here's the youngest guest. She's 3 months old. Her name is Carly Taylor. Her mommy and daddy just got married 5 minutes ago. Perhaps the most touching was this newlywed story.
Being that my dad is a stroke victim and Kenny's dad has cancer through his body, we wanted to have this done while everybody was able to be present.
So where's the honeymoon?
We're going to Ocean City for a few days.
Sheridan!
Which is right off the coast of BWI, where all 48 and 49 happy couples will be staying later on tonight. You want their room numbers?
No, that's okay. They can party together, I guess.
I guess so.
Oh, gee whiz.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
And what better way to ring in this Valentine's Day than with the sound of wedding bells?
49 couples did just that as part of 98 Rock's Valentine's Day morning show. The mass marriage was held bright and early this morning at Michael's, 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie. 98 Rock even provided the gowns and tuxedos for the Valentine couples, along with their flowers and cake.
Well, probably the best thing to give someone on Valentine's Day is your hand in marriage. In Glen Burnie this morning, that happened 49 times at once, and it was broadcast live on 98 Rock. Frank Mann was there.
The hugest wedding you've ever seen. 98 people, 49 people tying the knot this morning live on the 98 Rock Morning Show.
The grooms were nervous, so were the brides, all 49 of them, decked out in the finest of fashions for this strangest of nuptials. In Glen Burnie today, 98 people tied the knot at a time when most people are still crawling out of bed. Only this was no ordinary wedding. This was the mega marriage.
I can hardly talk right now. I'm kind of nervous.
Think you'll look back on this day with fondness?
Yeah, I will, with funness.
The mega marriage was actually the brainchild of 98 Rock, which sponsored a contest and picked up the entire tab for the ceremony. That made it pretty attractive for the brides and the grooms, not to mention their parents. Winners got a free tux for the day, or dress, as the case may be. There were even some real wedding-sized tiers, and it was all legal. The ceremony was performed by Anne Arundel County Clerk Robert Duckworth, who joined the couples in record time. Of course, in some cases, the savings went to the happy couple, not to the parents. Just ask Brendan Ambrose, his new father-in-law. Did it save you any money?
Didn't save me anything, because the money that we would use towards the wedding will go towards a down payment on a house for her and Brendan.
So you got stuck anyway?
Exactly. I didn't gain anything at all.
Except maybe a son-in-law and a daughter who, despite the craziness of today's event, said, "I do," and then proclaimed,
"I'm the happiest woman in the world."
Enough said. In Glen Burnie, Frank Mann, WBAL 11 News.
Oh, and she is happy too, isn't she?
There is no deal formulators.
This is Byrd, Mark, and Lopez, the 98 Rock Morning Show.
Sunday, October 13th will be a historic night as our Baltimore Ravens meet the Indianapolis Colts for the very first time.
On this historic occasion, we have a message for the Ursays.
We think you're number one.
That comes from your friends at 98 Rock.
Well, there was a time when Sesame Street's brightest stars were Big Bird, Oscar, and Mr. Snuffleupagus. But as their luster fades, a new star is born, and he's eclipsing even their fame. Of course, it's Elmo, more specifically Tickle Me Elmo. He's so scarce that panicked parents are offering up to $10,000 just for one. Elmo's claim to fame is making kids happy, but the furry friend is also helping adults. This morning on 98 Rock's Byrd, Mark, and Lopez show, an Elmo doll was auctioned for $600. Elmo was donated by Joe Morgan to help his uncle Gary Morgan, who's suffering from cancer. The money will go towards paying Morgan's medical bills. There you have it.
That's a great use of the money. But this thing is absolutely insane. Have
It
you met a
is.
2-year-old who's screaming, "I've got to have Tickle Me Elmo"?
It's the
parents who want it. Exactly. It's the
2-year-olds don't play
parents.
with anything that long, do they? They play with the box.
This stands
They'll
for
like
the
the
whole
box.
loss of the meaning of the holiday. You would know what 2-year-olds play with.
Yeah, and it's
Jerry's
not
up on his
these
soapbox.
toys like
Oh
this.
man, I'm gonna get a double decker. This one drives me nuts.
If you'd like to donate to a great cause and want to be entertained at the same time, then all you have to do is head out to the East Point Mall. That's where you'll find 98 Rock's Lopez trying to drown out hunger for the Maryland Food Bank while submerged in a huge tank of water. Lopez and Byrd, two of the 3 members of the 98 Rock Morning Team, are joining us now live this noon with more. Hey guys, how you doing?
We're doing great. Good morning, or I guess it's good afternoon, Dina. 20 hours in to his 48-hour underwater ordeal of 10,000 gallons is Lopez. He's looking almost as sad as the O's right about now. He says he's getting a little bit tired, and things are not as cozy as they once were. He can't eat while he's under the water, by the way. The bet, I think he's probably wishing he could welch on it now. 48 hours inside the 10,000-gallon tank of water for the Maryland Food Bank to try and beat my record last year. Remember,
Yep.
I did the in the ice for 5,000 pounds of ice. We did that for 48 hours. We raised 11 tons of food for the Maryland Food Bank, which was a record last year. Now Lopez has said, I can do one better. I can raise more than 11 tons. I'm going to go underwater for 48 hours. So he's trying to top me.
How much food has been donated so far? Do we know, Byrd?
It's hard to say, but we're on pace with last year, so he may actually break the record, and I'll have to live it down for the next year.
Are you getting, you think, a good turnout? Our listeners coming out there and
Absolutely.
Watching Lopez and...
Absolutely. Pretty much around the clock, people are coming and going and dropping off food.
Well, you and the ice last year, you guys are into pain and suffering, huh?
There is a lot of pain and suffering. As a matter of fact, I couldn't feel the base of my spine for at least 4 weeks afterwards, which was pretty nutty.
Well, I'm worried about Lopez there. He's spending an awful lot of time upside down.
He's actually going to be very wrinkled, I believe, by the time this is all over, Tina.
All right, and you're at the East Point Mall. People should look for you.
Yes.
All right, and good luck with this. We'll see you later, Byrd.
Thank you, Tina.
And Lopez from 98 Rock at the East Point Mall.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls.
Everybody is talking about the Brady Bunch movie, and one of the stars from the original TV show couldn't be happier.
Since the movie came out, what's really nice is that the Brady Bunch is now cool, which is a first.
And guess who's in town today? She's the last one to receive a nod from Carol. Let me direct your attention to the bottom left block. It's none other than Cindy Brady.
She grew up.
Susan Olsen is her name.
I lived a normal life.
Susan was brought to Hooters today by 98 Rock's Byrd. She went to regular high school, graduated from the Academy of Dramatic Arts, but was really typecast.
She needs her pigtails.
See what I mean?
To heck with this, and I became a graphic artist.
Brady mania has already hit Baltimore.
Hi, Mom. Marsha Brady and Cindy Brady. Susan Olsen.
It was a 98 Rock Brady brunch this morning. Radio personality The Byrd spent the morning partying with the original Cindy. 98 Rock's morning show broadcast live from Hooters at the Inner Harbor. For 98 cents, fans got breakfast.
What did he say? It, but I'll repeat it. Olsen says she and the other kids were given movie cameras while on the show, and her documentary will include some exclusive, never-before-seen...
Look at the Byrd.
Yep,
Good
behind
morning, man. The Byrd, good guy. You see him put his hair up and little Olsen, little Brady pigtail. That's great.
Cindy was always my favorite.
Hi, we're Byrd, Mark, and Lopez, the 98 Rock Morning Show.
We know you've been dying to see it. Now we're proud to be the ones showing it to you. The new logo of the Baltimore Ravens.
Listen to 98 Rock to find out how to get your temporary tattoo with the new Ravens logo on it and how it can help you win 4 Ravens season tickets and PSLs from 98 Rock.
Brought to you by the best, Acura West. We'll do the grand prize drawing this Monday morning on 98 Rock.
Increase your chances of winning. Listen to the station that rocks the Ravens.
98 Rock.
And one more note on Cal Ripken. At 6 o'clock, hundreds of people gathered at Aberdeen High School to celebrate Cal's 35th birthday. They made a human sign spelling out, "Thanks, Cal, 98 Rock." An aerial photo was taken, and it will be given to Cal the night he breaks Lou Gehrig's record. That game will be here, by the way, on Channel 13.
She was set to be part of the crew on the ill-fated Value Jet flight that crashed in the Everglades earlier this month, but at the last minute she called in sick. Without revealing her identity, the flight attendant from Texas set the record straight in an interview with 98 Rock, where she explained how her friend ended up as her replacement.
The papers down here lied. They absolutely did not report the facts. They worded it that I had begged her at the last minute to take the trip, and that is an out-and-out lie. I called crew scheduling at 9:52 Texas time and went through the proper channels. I did not realize who was on reserve.
Search crews in the Everglades are testing special new diving suits now as they continue looking for more wreckage. Investigators say new evidence indicates there may have been a fire and/or explosion on the DC-9 before it crashed.
And then there's a father who is not so much accompanying the Pope here to Baltimore, more or less following him to Baltimore. You'll recognize him as comic father Guido Sarducci in town, a guest this morning on 98 Rock's Byrd, Mark, and Lopez show. And the father says he'll ride the MTA all day for $5, cover the news for the Vatican's gossip newspaper, and tell Baltimoreans how to grab the Pope's attention.
Reflects the heat. That's why the Pope wears white. Don't wear black. If you're around the Pope, you wear black. He's reflecting, you're absorbing, you wear black, you get double hot. Don't wear black. Wave. You want the Pope to stop, talk to, carry a Polish flag with you. Wave the Polish flag, he'll stop. He loves to talk to Polish people. Holla, Yashimash, Yashimash. It means, how are you in Polish?
Okay, again, they're working on the altar right here now, Keith, and they'll be doing this all afternoon into the night. And we're less than 48 hours away from the Pope right here on the field at Camden Yards. Back to you, Keith.
Yeah, the countdown continues. I wonder what happened to Father Guido Sarducci.
We all do.
He's working for 98 Rock now.
Wherever the Pope goes, there's one man who's sure to follow. Father Guido Sarducci has made a living on religious humor. As 20-something reporter Dave Ricklin found out, it's no surprise Father Sarducci turned up in Charm City one step ahead of the Pope.
It's 98 Rock Morning Show, Byrd, Mark, and Lopez.
And Father Guido Sarducci joined us here.
Thank you. That's right. Thank you.
Yes, that's the same Father Guido Sarducci that we all grew up watching on Saturday Night Live. This morning, he brought breakfast from heaven and a game from the Vatican.
Name the Pope, name the food game show.
The former editor of the Vatican Inquirer is, of course, here in Baltimore to see the Pope.
I'm going to see him blessed with the holy water, blessed with the soft-shell crab.
Father Sarducci is nothing if not resourceful. He even has an idea for a new church.
Church du Soleil. Kind of a combination of a circus and a church.
Sure.
And the church is more fun this way, because a lot of times the church is kind of boring. This way we have acts, you know, like acrobats and the people doing somersaults. So, you know, when you get tired of looking at all, you could look up and see something that happens. It's great for kids.
Sure. This is Dave for Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
KC 95, we're giving you the Byrd. The Byrd is a highly intelligent creature.
Hi, Mom.
Capable of performing a variety of complex activities.
Hi, good morning, Casey. Who's this?
And the Byrd is thoroughly entertaining. Byrd and the Rock and Roll Morning Show on KC 95. Get to bed early so you can rise and shine with Byrd.
What's going on? Hey, you guys.
You'll enjoy the change.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for entertainment tonight. I'm Mary Hart.
And I'm John Tesh. 40-city world tour, 2 weeks in Europe, 1 week in Japan. Screaming headlines. Talk show top billing. Are we talking rock superstar or movie legend? No. John Wayne Bobbitt. The case of the severed penis landed Lorena Bobbitt 45 days in a psychiatric hospital, and John Wayne Bobbitt a publicity tour.
We got a bunch of camera crews. We've got breakfast. We got hot dogs to serve, John. We got a bunch of games to play. We have exotic dances for you. We've got one hell of a show for you.
From St. Louis to San Francisco, Bobbitt is making money selling public appearances and putting up with embarrassing stunts, signing everything from kitchen knives to mugs, and he has a full schedule that will keep him hopping for some time.
Listen to my story about a man named Bobbitt.
While the craziness swirls around Bobbitt, reaction to his tour is pointed.
I think it kind of represents how sick the world is getting today. I sympathize for him, and I hope that he gets over it, and that he finds a woman that will take care of him.
John Bobbitt isn't the only one likely to cash in on this story. His former wife, Lorena, still serving a sentence in a psychiatric institution, has already been approached about selling the rights to her story for a television movie.
The man at the center of one of the most talked about trials in recent memory makes a stop in St. Louis. John Wayne Bobbitt was a guest on a morning radio talk show this morning in the St. Louis area. That show broadcast before a live audience in the Northwest Plaza restaurant. Bobbitt, of course, made headlines when his wife cut off his penis. She was recently acquitted of charges of malicious wounding in that case. And according to published reports, Bobbitt was paid $1,500 for his appearance here in St. Louis.
John Bobbitt, a central figure in the well-publicized mutilation trial, was in town today guesting on a local morning radio show. Bobbitt was a guest on KC Radio, which was on location at Northwest Plaza this morning. Bobbitt is touring the country talking about his recent experiences. Bobbitt's wife, Lorena, was accused of sexually mutilating her husband. She was acquitted due to temporary insanity.
John Wayne Bobbitt came to St. Louis today. He's on somewhat of a tour, making stops at radio stations and telling his story.
John Wayne Bobbitt has just signed a nice little meat cleaver for us. It says KC95 is a cut above the rest.
Yeah! This is what John Bobbitt has been doing since the trial of his wife, Lorena. His stop at radio station KC95 is his 12th stop nationwide. He plans on giving 25 interviews by the end of the month.
Were you conscious during this?
See, I had my hands in my jogging pants, so the doctor didn't know really what had happened. He said, well, let me see your arms. I said, no, that's not where I'm cut. So I pulled down my jogging pants and then exposed it, and then I started, the blood was gushing out. And the doctor, he flipped out. The doctor flipped out. He took a couple steps back and said, whoa,
Yeah.
No, you were not seeing things if you were driving across the new Alton Bridge this morning. That was, in fact, about 500 people carrying some 1,300 bras across the bridge. That's right. I said bras, as in brassiere. It was part of a local radio promotion decided to get publicity. It did. The National Organization of Women, though, calls it a sexist display. The station, KC, argues that the bras, after all, came from women.
It was something that originated in California by an artist who decided that he would try and link close to 5,000 bras in order to get from one side of the Grand Canyon to the other. He failed at his attempt, and we figured we here at KC can do anything. We could do that, so we did it our way.
Frustration, too, on the radio this morning. The DJs vented much of their frustration on Fran Murray, a member of the original St. Louis NFL partnership who refuses to step aside.
The turkey is Fran Murray. That's the turkey.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do something to get him out of there, and I guess they're going to have to pay him off or something, but, you know, I don't know if that'll do it.
You know, another shot at Fran Murray, one of many on the radio and in the newspaper this morning. Right or wrong, the perception in the media is that while St. Louis is pulling for a team, Fran Murray is pulling for himself. Mary and Larry?
All right, John. Well, as we said, Zip has an extensive interview, which we'll be hearing more of later.
All right, thanks, John.
KSHE's Byrd and the Rock and Roll Morning Show broadcasted live from the Bevo Mill in South St. Louis. In exchange for a donation, listeners who stopped by had their pictures taken with the morning show crew.
Round the corner when she comes, round the corner when she comes, round the corner when she comes, when she comes, when she comes. Oh, hey, there he is.
Buddy.
Hey! This is one of the legendary DJs here in Las Vegas. Hey. His name is the Byrd. Right? Do a little bird. Byrd. Whoa. See, that was for all the little girls out there. The little, what? That's a bird thing, right?
That's a Byrd thing. You know how you have the...
yeah,
I have a...
Okay, cool. Well, there you go. I met him actually...
What are you doing here?
Well, no, let's talk about when we met, like with Sam a long time ago. Kennison, we used to come down here, right? And used to work. This is one of the major rock stations here in Las Vegas, KOMP.
And Sam used to come by the program all the time, and then that's how we met you.
And Sam, I'm getting married.
Don't do it! Don't do it! You're getting married?
Yeah, I'm getting married.
He's getting married? The Bachelor? Hey, wait, we got to do a radio show. Come on in.
Okay.
Lark, Byrd, Craig, and Pauly Shore.
Hi, Pauly.
Hi, Pauly. Live on
I've known you
MTV.
for a long time. I think you're slipping, buddy. I think you're snapping doing this.
Mary.
Deb. Hi, Debbie. What do you think, Debbie?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Why is that?
Well, even if you do, live in different houses so that you don't have to wake up with the same bad breath every morning.
Oh, what about my bad breath?
Well, spare her.
Spare her.
Gee. Well, Pauly brushes. Come on, and he flosses, and he uses scope. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, don't you
So you don't, why? Just because of the bad breath thing and that's it? Just
well,
like...
It only takes a couple weeks for the sex thing to wear off, and then they get kind of old.
Well, what do you do? What do you do for a living, Debbie?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
I'm a housewife.
You're a housewife. So a happily married housewife, no doubt.
Oh.
So does your husband know that you're on the air right now talking about this and his bad breath and how sex is boring after 2 weeks?
No, actually, he's upstairs dead asleep.
Yeah, he
Dead
was
asleep.
Whoa. Huh?
Nice girl. How about a romantic awakening? Or, better yet, why don't you invite Craig Williams over to your house?
Invite me.
Add a little spice to your marriage.
That's right. Do you ever wear like those little panties with the pumps and like this and then clean up around the house for him though? Do you keep it
Yeah.
exciting?
I try to.
Is that what
Really?
you would do, Pauly, to keep your marriage exciting?
Well, that's one of the things.
I like it when he does the same thing, but
What?
I said I like it when he does the same thing. but
When he
not
wears
very
his
often.
G-string and his stuff too for
Yeah.
you?
Excellent.
And his hairy cheeks are showing?
No, actually, they're pretty bald.
Pretty bald.
Well, we're getting to know your husband a lot
Hasn't seen him for a while. More than we want to know.
Okay, well, we'll be back shortly on the MTV channel. And, Debbie, thank you for your advice, honey.
Okay.
Okay.
More twofers, and this is Two for Tuesday. Top 92.3, The Rock of Las Vegas. Something very, very appropriate. White Wedding and Billy Idol. This is kind of a marriage twofer for you, Pauly.
Great.
After this, Highway to Hell, which I think should be maybe your wedding song.
That's it.
We rock Vegas. We are Top 92.3, The Rock of Las Vegas. Bill?
Motorists on their way to work this morning might not have known it was National Nudist Day today. That is, until they passed this particular billboard encouraging folks to get naked and sporting a local DJ wearing a little more than a smile and a strategically placed rubber chicken. The stunt put on by local radio station KOMP placed their new morning man, known only as the Byrd, you might say Jay Byrd, on the precarious yet highly visible perch. The station's promotion department tells us this day is a long-standing tradition sponsored by the Naturist Society, and they thought the Valley needed to know about it. If other Nudist Day festivities have been planned, Eyewitness News has not yet been notified. We'll keep you apprised.
Indeed.
And finally tonight, it's called the Vegas Vic Wave, and more people are doing it with the hope that Vegas Vic will wave back. As Channel 13's John Gregory reports, a local radio station is even trying to raise money to fix Vic.
Vegas Vic hasn't waved in weeks, and despite public outcry, there's no sign the giant sign is about to.
And we're concerned that he's not waving anymore. We're trying to get to the bottom of it. Is it a matter of finances in order to repair it, or is it a matter of choice on the owners?
If it's the cost of repairs, the station says it can help raise the money to raise Vic's welcome wave.
Mark Slaughter from the band Slaughter, who's a local rock star, has phoned and has offered to do a free concert to raise money to fix Vic.
The Pioneer Club will not comment about the sign or why it's not working, but many Las Vegans have, and all seem to agree, Vegas Vic is not Vegas Vic unless he's waving.
It's something people that have been here before look forward to seeing it again, and I think they should fix it.
Howdy, you know, look. We'd smile, say, out here we are.
We need the guy waving. We need the guy waving.
That's part of Vegas, and it's a missing part of Vegas now.
A missing part of Las Vegas, which many are not ready to wave goodbye to. John Gregory, Channel 13 News.
In fact, Vegas Vic's arm is completely paralyzed, but help may be on the way. Local radio station decided to lend a hand to Vic's arm. This morning, KOMP Radio asked listeners to come on down and show support in an effort to restore the wave. The Byrd, a radio personality, says he found some unexpected help from a Las Vegas-born rock star.
Slaughter phoned us this morning. He's back from Los Angeles in a recording session. He told us that he would be willing to do a live concert in order to raise funds, a free concert in order to raise funds to fix Vegas Vic.
The Byrd says those repairs to Vegas Vic would probably cost between $1,000 and $2,000. Problem is, no one knows really at this point exactly how to fix Vic's arm. Pioneer Hotel says it would cost about $100,000 to replace the whole sign. Hope that's not necessary.
Yeah, kind of like a Live Aid for Vegas Vic.
Maybe we could get a telethon going here or something.
This is a great idea.
Byrd and Craig Williams, bring him up! Right next to me, 27-year-old radio personality, John Byrd from KOMP. Right next to him, his partner on the morning show, 31-year-old Craig Williams. Get in. Craig and the Byrd. You guys are on the radio from 6 to 10 every morning.
5:30 to 10.
5:30 to 10. That hurts just a little bit more. How long have you been working together?
About a year and a half.
Ooh. So whoever ends up the bigger stud, that's going to be quite a blow.
It's going to affect the morning show for years.
Yeah, oh, my God. All right, well. I'm glad I can be part of the wedge that ruins your friendship. We're going to start with the Aladdin Heart. You guys, you know how it works. Whoever has the most is king stud, and the other guy has to take the other guy's crap for the next year. Exactly. Byrd, when you go on a date, Byrd, what do you do to get ready for a date?
Showering is good.
Sure. We asked the ladies what they thought when they first saw you, Byrd, and here's what they said. The first one said, that ivory skin is as smooth as fine china. Second lady said, any girl would kill for thighs that thin. And the third lady said, oh my God, it's Kelly Bundy.
That ivory skin is
they almost a glass of cold milk.
smooth as fine china. Linda.
What'd you learn about her on the date, Byrd?
She was a lot of fun. She really was. As we always say, she was a nice girl. We had a great time.
Quite a traffic problem this morning caused inadvertently, we assume, by a couple of local DJs. KOMP set up their morning show in an island at the Spaghetti Bowl today. The trouble was, the setup meant a lot of drivers slowed down to stare, causing traffic to back up for miles. We're told there were several near-miss crashes, so NHP gave the DJs the boot. They packed up their gear and were pretty good-humored about having troopers pull the plug on them. Troopers told the DJs they would be held responsible if there were any accidents at the Spaghetti Bowl while that show was set up there. Dave?
Well, how do you create chocolate Easter bunnies who like heavy metal music? Well, first you melt 200 pounds of chocolate in a little kid's wading pool. Then you line up 3 KOMP radio disc jockeys in red long johns with rabbit ears and wagging bunny tails. Prepare extra ingredients, sprinkles and marshmallows to be exact. Drop the DJs in the chocolate. Stir, pour on even more chocolate. Then let eager KOMP listeners adorn the radio rabbits, and I mean DJs, with sticky sparkles. Ooh. Lark and the Byrd, and Craig Williams too, the KOMP morning team, have only this to say about today's sticky stunt.
Yes, we're good sports. We bonded. We're in the Easter spirit.
So happy Easter to one and all.
Happy
Easter.
Now, the Byrd admits he came up with the crazy chocolate stunt as an alternative way to wish you all a happy holiday.
Whether you are new or old to Las Vegas, one look at the Las Vegas landscape and it is obvious big changes are underway.
That's right, but there's one proposed change that some people say would be outrageous, unthinkable, unforgivable. A landscape architect hired to help beautify the Strip insists the sign must go. Since the early 60s, it has welcomed visitors to fabulous Las Vegas, and now a committee of casino bosses and politicians is considering the plan to spruce up the Strip by getting rid of the sign and replacing it with palm trees.
I understand their position that maybe we want to update the image, but I guess my question would be how much is it going to cost and who's going to pay for it?
A groundswell of public support helped save Vegas Vic, and now that another famous Las Vegas landmark is in jeopardy, people are again coming to the rescue. Here's Steve Krupe with the latest on the effort to save the sign.
This is Vegas.
This is Vegas, but it might not be without the neon welcome mat at the doorstep of the Las Vegas Strip. And the idea of removing or replacing a 30-year-old landmark has people honking mad. Radio stations are holding Save the Sign rallies.
So a lot of people are voicing their opinion as they drive by.
And tourists are snapping up photos just in case the old sign isn't there next time around.
And this is really all we have left from the old Vegas, and we're really concerned, and we want to make sure that that the city council knows that, I mean, it's been used in movies, videos, rock videos. ZZ Top used it in their videos. U2. I think it's an important part of the heritage or the past of Las Vegas. We don't want to see it destroyed.
Even though people don't want to see it torn down, they pretty much agree the sign is beginning to show its age. It's out of style, needs a paint job, it's starting to rust, and pieces are falling off. And now it's suffering from a gunshot wound.
Even though architects and developers might welcome a new sign, there's been no decision yet on just what to do with that fabulous piece of Las Vegas history.
If they took it down, how would you feel?
I'd probably move to Jersey.
Steve Krupe, News 13.
This is a predicament. We've got to come up with
It
something.
certainly is. Well, it's good for me because when I come into town, I'm not certain if I'm in Barstow or Las Vegas.
That's right,
So it's
and
always
you
good to see
definitely
it.
know. Well, Las Vegans have different opinions about the importance of our welcome sign.
Some say it is a piece of history that should stay. Others say the sign is an eyesore and should be replaced. What do you think? Should our Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign be replaced? If you want the sign replaced, call our news poll at 368-2255. If you do not want the sign replaced, vote no by calling 364-9956. We will have preliminary results of our survey tonight at 11 with final results tomorrow at 6. Nate, what do you think?
What do you think?
Oh, I think it should stay. If anything, maybe they could incorporate it into something else,
That's what I
but
was
somehow
thinking.
it should stay.
I think it should.
KOMP DJ The Byrd held a sort of radio vigil this morning in front of the sign, welcoming listeners to call in and give their opinions. Now, as you may know, a California consultant hired to come up with ideas to beautify the Strip says the sign should either be upgraded or torn down. Byrd says the consultant has the wrong idea.
And I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think he understands the Vegas Vics, the fabulous Las Vegas signs, the Welcome To signs, and what it means to a lot of people. It's kooky, it's stupid, but it's a sign that means a lot to a lot of people who grew up here, and this is one of the last vestiges, if you will, of the old Vegas before it became Boomtown or Boom City.
Well, the Byrd also says most listeners say a new sign built in a new location would be okay, but the old sign should undoubtedly stay.
Mark Pfister's back in house today.
Keep that old sign.
We don't keep a lot of the history here in Las Vegas. We're talking about the guys at the Flamingo Hilton. They're going to destroy the Bugsy Suite, you know, and now they want to get rid of the sign. Keep the sign.
Welcome back to the Rock of Las Vegas. Lark Williams, I'm the Byrd. Lark and the Byrd, early mornings on Comp 92.3, the Rock of Las Vegas. You know, we are generally known to do some really strange things in the morning show.
You.
Okay, all right, me. And last week was no exception. The 40th anniversary Playmate Search was in town. Playboy magazine.
And $40,000 up for grabs, I might add.
Who could forget? Playboy wanted to find a young lady from Las Vegas to put in their magazine. Well, here comes Birdman to the rescue in full drag, and here's what it looked like when I demoed for Playboy, unbeknownst to them, of course.
Great incentive and great legs. Look at these legs.
Those that are wondering what's going on, what is he doing? Well, Crash is here with the video camera this morning, and I'm getting made up to audition for the Playboy 40th Anniversary Playmate Search, because I figured, well, I'm kind of interested, and I'm sure you both are, very interested in what they ask the Playmates.
Oh, yeah.
Potential women. How do they select them? What kind of interview process goes on? And, you know, I'm curious to find out how they do this.
I'm interested in the application that the girls put in, and their home phone numbers and addresses.
How does the application form look, Jan?
I think you've done a very, you know what's really impressive? I think your penmanship is quite exquisite.
Thank you.
Really, did you live in Europe at some point?
Yes, in fact, I lived in Europe for a while, yes. Gay Paris.
Gay Paris, no, you didn't go abroad and come back or go overseas?
No, I've always been abroad.
Could we go into the other room? We'll do a couple of Polaroid pictures.
Oh, I'd love to, yes.
Okay, let's go there. What I'd like you to do is face towards me. If you could.
Throw your
Don't be so shy. Okay, no, you seem to be hiding from me. Okay, have you done any modeling before?
Yes, I have, in fact.
You have?
Yes, I'm very, very accustomed to public speaking and whatnot.
You seem very comfortable in just talking with me, which I think is very important.
Comfortable. You're a very attractive man.
Well, thank you very much.
What sort of pose would you like?
I'll take you through this here, if I could.
How am I faring so far, all right?
Your fairings look good.
Is Jolene in Playboy?
Yes, this could be Jolene in Playboy.
You've been nothing but nice. You've been very accommodating.
And very patient. Thank you very much.
Yes, very patient.
So, what happened to your voice?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what?
Just a bit of a laryngitis.
I see. Yeah, you got a little frog in your throat? Yeah. Whoop, there it comes again.
Yes.
Jolene, I think you've been fooling me. Yeah, I think that somehow I have a certain degree of experience. I've seen a lot of women through there. And you know what gives it off? You've got a wonderful figure. But these hands.
Oh, man, I've been caught, you guys. I should introduce myself. I'm the Byrd from KOMP.
Oh, that's who you are.
92.3, right? Yeah. Did they warn you about me?
Is he gorgeous? $40,000 right here. Playboy Playmate of the Year.
Right.
If it wasn't for the hands and that walk, you would have had it. We got to work on that next time, I think, Byrd.
Well, thanks a lot, Lark. I think.